Hell yeah. Cheese pick.
Boom.
Okay.
I'm pitching Glacial Augment Annie mid. And it's kind of a rip-off of like the Glacial Augment Vel'Koz, where you basically you get your auto attack with the slow, and then you can hit your combo a lot easier. And then you go like Twin Shadows, just because it creates like so much slow that it's really easy to hit your stuff and keep people off you. You know, for Vel'Koz, it's more of like keeping you safe to cast your abilities, whereas Annie, it just lets you like open up more. So again, we're going mid lane Annie, taking Glacial Augment, Magic Footwear, Minion Dematerializer, Cosmic Insight, and then we're going into Cheap Shot and Igneous Hunter as our secondary. And I want to do Igneous Hunter just because we're getting a lot of active items, and having them off cooldown faster is really strong, and it lets you actually utilize your Glacial Augment a lot more. Cheap Shot because you're gonna auto and slow them, so then your next abilities are gonna do more true damage because they're already CC'd. Anyway, so again, we're gonna rush Twin Shadows. After that, most of the Vel'Kozes are going GLP, but I think Proto Belt's better for Annie. You know, it lets you close, and you're still gonna get that nice little slow field. Plus it gives you like health, which you kind of need since you're going to be running into them. I'm going to also go a Spellbinder, a Shirelia's, Boots, either cooldown or Spell Pen. I think either one honestly works. Having your flash on a lower cooldown I really like, but I think in most cases probably Sorcerer's Shoes is better. And then you finish it off with like a Void Staff or Death Cap, depending on how much AP you have on your team. But again, with Igneous Hunter, as the meme goes, you're going to have your Twin Shadows, your Proto Belt, your Spellbinders, and your Shirelias all on like 30-second cooldowns. It's really low. And you just get to use them all the time. Because again, with that mastery plus Cosmic Insight, I think you're reducing the cooldowns on those items by like 45%. So, yeah. The reason I think it's better mid, by the way, is just because you don't really get enough gold on support, I think, to get like Twin Shadows at a reasonable time to make it really effective. And then you don't really like get any other items either. You are spending everything on like wards and getting your support items out of the way. So I think with mid, you just, you know, you get access to these items sooner and you get a lot more out of them. So yeah, that's Glacial Augment Annie mid. I'd recommend using it with the Frostfire Annie skin, because, you know, ice and ice. We're pairing that with Havarti, which I have used before, but, you know, I wanted to talk about it because I really like Havarti cheese. It's a creamy, semi-soft Danish cow's milk cheese. It can be sliced, grilled, melted. I normally have it on sandwiches, either cold or melted, but it is one of my favorite cheeses. So unlike last week, this is a cheese I'm actually pretty familiar with and I really like.
So,
is it cheese or is it shit?
So, 2 comments. One is constructive criticism.
Mm-hmm.
That is that from the perspective of all Annie mains, I've actually like looked into like some Annie guides because I'm like, I wonder if there's any intricacies on this character, right? The only thing is that every Annie main takes what's the sudden, not set, is it sudden impact, the one that you like whenever you dash or whatever you get pet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they take that on her as if they build what's it called, Proto Belt. They always, if they're planning to build Proto Belt, they're always going to take sudden impact because it's just way more effective if you can actually proc it. So like that would be like my only main change.
So yeah, I was really at a toss-up between Cheap Shot and Sudden Impact, and I definitely think there's a lot of strength to going Sudden Impact. I haven't tested a lot of it, so my just initial gut reaction was like, you're gonna proc that Cheap Shot like every wave in lane because you just auto attack them to slow with Glacial Augment and you hit your combo. But I think Sudden Impact definitely would be very strong as well. I'll try it both ways when I test it this week.
Yeah, I think it's just like, I'm like, maybe this actually might be more effective for you because like I know you're not gonna have like as much AP as like a traditional Annie build, because I know with the traditional Annie build, like it adds like an extra like 100 or so damage to your combo, which is actually pretty big. So Sudden Impact, that is. And my other thing was that I think why Nick wanted you to play at support is because it like is less of a burden on your team to carry. So you're kind of like off in a side lane and not absorbing gold that could be used on real characters.
Well, I think my thought process was you like set up picks easier for ganks. Like you get that auto attack down, you get the stun, and then dude, that should be enough damage to clean up.
Yeah, to be fair, the game I did play it as support, I was against a Braum Lucian lane, and I was with a Kai'Sa, so we just didn't have a lane phase really, right? So again, I think if you're playing with an aggro AD carry and a jungler who actually came, it definitely could work. But at least like the game I was in and what I saw as a potential problem is by the time you can afford Twin Shadows, which is like 2,300 gold item or something like that, like it's up there. The laning phase has already been decided.
Sure.
But again, I think it definitely can work support as well. My testing, I think I'm probably gonna do it primarily mid. So that's this week's cheese pick. Aiden, can we get an assessment?
I mean, it's fine, but that's like playing, say, like I'm gonna play Aatrox, but I'm gonna run Klepto. Pretty well playing the same character, but you just change the keystone. So I don't know. I don't know. It
How
seems
many
like just you're
Twin
playing
Shadows Annies do you see?
I don't think it's like that weird of an item.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just think
Alright,
it's
well,
like almost like Annie, but I think it's playable. Yeah, it's fine.